Well, the Santa share market rally is nowhere to be seen, with the local market hitting a fresh two-year low today. SBS finance editor Ricardo Goncalves joins me now. So, Ricardo, what was the catalyst for today's decline?
Janice, US interest rate rise is to blame, along with projections of 2 or more increases to come. Overnight, the US Federal Reserve lifted its key rate by 0.25% to a high of 2.5%. It's the 4th rate rise this year and the 9th since it began its monetary policy tightening cycle in 2015. It means the differential between American and Australian interest rates is expanding, with a big effect being a weaker Australian dollar as investors look to the US, where they can get more bang for their buck. Interest rates generally rise to take the heat out of a growing economy, but some are worried, given the unknown implications of a potential US-China trade war and slowing global growth. Is now the right time to be lifting borrowing costs?
This is the best year since the financial crisis. You've had growth well above trend. You've got unemployment dropping. You've got inflation moving up to 2%. And we also have a positive forecast.
With regards to 2 rate hikes in 2019, I think they may even have to back off that, maybe to 1. And I think the real reason why is as the balance sheet continues to unwind.
Now, higher interest rates can make it more expensive for companies to borrow money and may impact profitability if economic conditions aren't supportive, hindering growth. So that's why shares in the US fell today, hitting a 2018 low. Here, the share market slumped to a 2-year low, down 1.3%. Resource stocks led the declines. ANZ, the worst of the banks. Health insurer Medibank rose after the ACCC's misleading and deceptive case against it was dismissed in court. The US rate rise had a big impact on the Australian dollar, down about 1 US cent, although it was briefly supported by today's labour market report, where it was revealed the unemployment rate edged higher despite an increase in the number of jobs generated last month. The Bureau of Statistics says all up, about 37,000 positions were created, although mainly they were part-time roles. The unemployment rate rose from a 6-year low of 5% to 5.1%.
But it's still a very low rate of unemployment, and it ticked up because more people joined the labour force to look for work. In fact, the participation rate, which reflects the number of people employed and looking for work, ticked up to 65.7%, which is near the record high.
Since coming to government, there have been more than 1.2 million new jobs created.
Victoria led the jobs growth with a 31,000 increase in November, although New South Wales has the lowest jobless rate at 4.4%. Still, there's some slack in the market, with increases in the underemployment and underutilisation rates.
We have more people looking for work, any work at all, and more people looking for more work and yet unable to find it. And that's one of the reasons why wage growth is at an all-time low.
Now, the most recent wage price index showed an annual increase of just 2.3%. Janice?